Well, hello, you trader nerds. Welcome into our little time together. We are the Trader Nerds. Real traders don't trade alone, they trade with their fellow nerds. We got the Rickster in the house. We got Charles, we got Dwayne, we got Edwin, we got Hal. I always miss Hal when he's not here. He was not here yesterday. We got Jim B, we got Matt Jollywally, Roll Tide, we got Mo, we got Rams iPhone, we got Sam, we got Sean, we got Stacy, and we got Stuff in the house. Let's go to the mail. To the mail, to the mail. All right, so I posted a video yesterday with the girl, hey, we're up over 10% in November, which was our return on capital. We were up over 10% in Ice Nomad 99 says in a bull market, everybody is a genius. And we know what happens when markets are bad. And that is true. And so my reply to him was the only thing that hurts me is a grind down market. I will flourish in a crash. So, how bad can this go in a market that is a sideways market? Because we have that volatility decay that we hear so much about. But I think we're fine. I think we are. I think, if we are going to sell some calls in those types of environments, I think we're fine. So right now, the question is, would we sell calls now? And the answer is, I think no. Now, what is that based on? Well, I think it's based on a couple of things. When we look at the linear regression, we see that is it a call selling time? Well, not really, because we are in a small uptrend of a larger uptrend. So we're definitely in an uptrend and probably not the time to sell calls. So we can look at market conditions and see, when the time is to sell calls. And I like what Stacy said yesterday. Like, here's the NQ chart. She said, hey, Bobby, why don't we look at our big green monster? It's been so accurate on so many things. And let's wait till we get in here to where we're overbought that we can then use this to sell calls. And I think she's right. So there's a couple things that we can use. We can use linear regression. We can use all different kinds of things. We could use the 200-day moving average, right? You look at the ES or the NQ, and you could say, are we above or below this? We're above this, so we're probably bullish. If this gets below the 200-day moving average, then perhaps it's more of a time to sell calls because that's kind of a more of a bearish trend on the market. So I think there's all kinds of ways that we can introduce options in what we're doing to enhance our returns. But it really is going to be the majority of what we do is we're holding an asset, TQQQ, that can give us outsized returns over the next few years. Now, I had one of my trainer friends at the gym today talking about Bitcoin, and they were talking about these all different kind of cryptocurrency funds and all that, and they're going, man, they're going sky high, and I go, yeah. And so I think that in the next 10 to 15 years, which is my investment timeline, my horizon before I would need these funds, I think technology is going to do really, really well. I really do. I think it's a good time to be investing in technology. And we've got the thing in place that we've got the crash protection in place, right? We've got the protection in place. Let's get all this up. If we were to, crash today, we're going to make $47,000. That is not a bad deal for a $75,000 account to make $47,000 in the event of a crash. So what hurts us is a grind down market. And again, in those type markets, I think that we could probably be okay selling some puts, but selling the covered calls in those environments. So there's more art to this strategy than there is science. And as you well know, I am more on the science side of things. Yesterday, I did a little thing where I was playing with Claude and AI, and I was trying to figure out the over under on the game last night between the Browns and the Broncos. And we came up with 38 points. Well, they scored like 70 something points. I mean, it was way off. But also, Claude told me that there was a greater probability than determining the over under, that the probability of the Broncos defeating the Browns by more than 6, which is what the line was last night. He told me that that was a bigger probability than us getting the correct guess on the points scored in the game. So sure enough, I think they won by like, I don't know, what was it, 11 points or so that the Broncos won by. So it was kind of cool to use, uh, artificial intelligence to, and I didn't wager on the game. I did it for fun. I thought it would be an interesting experiment to see, can we predict, I've always said, I think we could predict the over under on games using artificial intelligence. And, you can probably pick the spreads. And so Claude basically said, listen, if you had a bet to make in this game, it would be take the Broncos minus the 6 points. And indeed, that would have been a winner. So, now again, Claude predicted, based on all the data that I fed, that the total points scored last night would be 38. And again, I think they scored 70 something. So, it was way, way, way off. So artificial intelligence can be wrong. And artificial intelligence can be wrong about the best strategy that we have going forward. So that's why you have to test these things in Excel to make sure. So this is pretty easy. We hold 100% TQQQ, but we dollar cost in. And the only time we go to cash is when inflation is rampant and they're raising interest rates. And that's when you go to cash or go to bill. So I think we're fine, with our strategy. Let's look and see, make sure we're not paying any margin interest. Let's go over here and see these little things here and go to this balance. Just make sure we're fine. Let's see, settled cash and all that. Here it is. Cash is 935.85. Settled cash balance is positive. So I think once everything settles, we should be positive. We're using 45% of our buying power. Let's see how many shares of all of our shares add up together. Let's see what that looks like. So let's go to our positions. We've got our TQQQ. We're at 45%, y'all. Look at that. Isn't that great? 45. We're about to close that put that we just put on, last week? And we're about to close that for a 50% winner. So that looks good. So we've got 276 shares of TQQQ. So 276, let's do a little math here. 276 times 8242.42 is $22,000. Now let's see how much bill we've got. We got 606 shares of bill. 606 shares of bill. There we go. So let's get another calculator and go 606 shares of bill times 91.49. So we've got 55,000 there, plus, where's my second calculator? 22,747.92. Oh, no. Let's do this again. We got 60, what do we say? 606, 606 shares times 91.49 equals, then we go plus 22,747.92 equals 78,190. 78,190, and we have 77,317.60. So we go minus 77,312.35 equals $878.51 divided by 91.49 equals 9.6 shares. So really, I think that's what it shows. We should peel off about 10 shares of that's why our cash is negative. And if we keep it this way, I think we're going to be paying margin interest. So what we probably need to do is go into our bill and close 10 shares. Let's see if we can do that. Close positions, and we want to close 10 shares at 91.48. 10 shares. And we're done. So 91.48. So we'll go to our spreadsheet and we'll go to share activity and bill minus 10. What do we say? 91.48. So that is 12. What is today? Third, 24. Yeah. I was just making sure we had our TQQ that we bought in there. So now we have 596 shares of Bill, and we have 276 shares of TQQQ. So still, I think a very, very conservative portfolio, all things considered, that we're dollar cost averaging in. Now, last month, I wish we hadn't a dollar cost average in. I wish we'd been all in, right? But have a 10% return, but you never know. So I think we're doing this in the most cautious way possible. Okay. Let's see if we need to look at anything else in the market. TQQQ down just a little bit. E-minis down 7 points. VIX is at 13. That's low. AD negative 183, but we are rising. You see that? And again, the market is rising as well. AD moves one way and price of ES will follow. So let's now look at our big green monsters again. And let's see here. We'll go to volume profile on the E-minis. And I think we're just barely priced, right? And we think that we would have an upper target of 6,100. So that nice round number. So would I sell any puts on this based on what I see here? No. I mean, would I sell any calls? No, because we're not overbought. Let's look at NQ. See what that looks like. And NQ is fairly priced as well. We've got an upper target of 21,373. And this is getting close, right? If we were to get into this area for a couple of days, very well may take a shot on selling at least one call with our 276 positions or whatever we have. All right, guys, great session today. Hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. You be salt and light to somebody and make somebody smile. And we will see y'all tomorrow.